So Anthony Joshua and Lennox Lewis have been having a few back and forths on Twitter today, and I have to say it's actually been quite compelling viewing from what I've been seeing. We've seen Anthony Joshua just kind of basically say that Lennox Lewis is a clown. This is the words he is going to call Anthony Joshua here. He told Sky Sports, "I don't respect Lennox. Me and Lennox are not the same. My legacy is to sit back and enjoy the younger generation coming up and not to be involved. Lennox isn't like that. Me and Lennox are cut from a different cloth." Okay, and Lennox Lewis basically came back and said to Anthony Joshua, "Wow, he's right. We are cut from a different cloth. Undisputed wasn't something I worried about. It was something I went after until I accomplished it." Disappointed in AJ's words, but I understand that this is jealousy. Narrative was only fabricated after I criticised them for the Wilder negotiations. All of a sudden, I'm a hater. Ask who benefits from such simple-minded narrative. Not AJ, not me. That's what Lennox Lewis said. And then Anthony Joshua, again, returned fire. And this is the one I like here. He says, "Always say it how it is. A clown is a clown. He can wipe his makeup off, but his heart remains the same. No squares in my circle, cause G shit only." That's what Anthony Joshua said. And that's the one I like with Anthony Joshua, because we're seeing the kind of real Anthony Joshua, I want to say. We're not seeing this whole PC media trained, stay humble, Mr. Nice Guy Anthony Joshua. I want to see the real Anthony. I want to see Anthony Joshua, the guy who, gets pissed off and says, "I'm a beast, oh, you chat shit, I'll fuck you up." That kind of thing. I don't want to see all this, may the best man win, God willing, I'll do it. He just sounds so robotic. He just sounds like he's reading off a script. You ever hear it? He's just like, "I ain't perfect, but I'm trying. Stay humble." All that kind of stuff. It's just annoying. If you ever see him in interviews, it's just annoying. You just want to see Anthony Joshua kind of, get it all in there and, really, have a tear up. Not physically in the ring, but actually just, go in there, see a guy in front of you and just start going at it. That's what you kind of want to see. The real Anthony Joshua come out. Not this, media trained, as I said, stay humble, eat your veg, kids, stuff like that, bullshit like that. We don't want to see that. It's nice for the cameras, it's nice to make all the little PC brigades happy. But look at Conor McGregor. Look at Tyson Fury. Conor McGregor to him more so. Is Conor McGregor PC? Hell no, he's not. Hell no, he's not. But he sells. You bet he sells. That's what I want to see. Anthony Joshua, Lennox Lewis, this whole rivalry. Oh boy. I think that, there's jealousy on both sides, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think that Eddie Hearn helps the situation, because I think that Eddie Hearn really does kind of, throw words in Joshua's ear about Lennox Lewis. Because Lennox Lewis, some of the things he says, it does kind of lead me to believe there is a bit of jealousy there. But then, not even Eddie Hearn, Sky will release polls, saying, almost alluding to the fact that, Anthony Joshua is the greatest British heavyweight of all time. Do you remember that poll last year on Sky? It might have been last year or the year before, where they asked the question, more or less insinuating Anthony Joshua is the greatest heavyweight the UK's ever produced. And Lennox Lewis was quite quick to reply to that. And that poll was taken down instantly as soon as Lennox Lewis replied to that. It's kind of stuff like that, where it's Sky trying to big up Anthony Joshua and kind of, almost shit on Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis is an all-time great. Lennox Lewis would absolutely destroy Anthony Joshua if they fought prime for prime. Lennox Lewis would destroy Anthony Joshua. He'd probably destroy all the heavyweights today. So, in terms of who's the better heavyweight, Lennox Lewis, at this minute in time, way better than Anthony Joshua. Prime for prime, way better. Lennox Lewis was amazing in his prime. He was arrogant, and I think that's where kind of all this kind of feud comes from. Because I do think there is a bit of jealousy there on Lennox Lewis's part. I do. Even if you take all this kind of Sky stuff out of the equation, there is a bit of jealousy there. Because Lennox Lewis, he's always had that ego. He's always been the kind of, I'm better than this guy, I'm so much better, I don't even need to do this. It's like that when he fought Hasim Rahman. He went to, where was it, South Africa, no time to acclimatise, no time to do anything. He just thought he was that much better. But at the end of the day, that was his downfall in the first Rahman fight. But it's that confidence that made him come back every time after those setbacks. Lennox Lewis, when he talks about the Wilder negotiations, stuff like that, he's close with Deontay Wilder. You know, he's for years now. We've seen him and Wilder have a close relationship. So I think that could be just him, you know, bigging up Deontay Wilder as opposed to him hating on Anthony Joshua. He's closer with Team Wilder. You know, that's just the way I've been looking at it. But with this whole feud that was going on Twitter today, it was fun to watch, and it was nice to see that kind of, you know, vicious side of Anthony Joshua come out. And I would like to see more of that. I genuinely think that, I don't think maybe he wouldn't sell as well, but I think Anthony Joshua would be a more endearing character if he was kind of like that. More endearing to kind of more the hardcore fans. If he was just this kind of, you know, a fuck you, I don't care, that kind of guy. That's the kind of Joshua we think we'd like to see. That's the kind of Joshua that I think he really is, behind the scenes, behind all that PC stuff. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Let me know what you think down below. Have you seen any of these tweets that were going on? Did you enjoy it? Did you kind of get an idea of what was going on? Leave it down below, let me know. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will talk to you after.